Hello, so this is review for Quick Quiz 4, looking over what we talked about in Notes 1E and 1F. I'm hoping that all of these games are going to be accessible to you, but just in case, I wanted to make a video so that at least the information was out there if the games didn't work. So the first game is just a label reveal, and I just want you to familiarize yourself with the information that's available in a periodic table card. So the first thing is the big capital letter, usually it's in the center, and that's going to be that's right, chemical symbol. And it's going to be either one or two letters, and the first letter is going to be capital, and the second one is going to be lowercase. All right, how about up here? We have this number 6. We know this is carbon, and we know this number 6 is that's right, atomic number. And what does the atomic number tells us? It tells us the number of protons. It also will tell us the number of electrons if it is not a charged ion. If it's a neutral atom, it'll also tell us the number of electrons. All right, how about down here? This is that's right, atomic mass. And then what does that tell us? What information does the atomic mass give us? It tells us, correct, the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. All right, hang on for the next slide. Okay, so this is the second game, and this one is all about matching up the vocabulary words. So the periodic table has patterns. So we had a word to help us remember the patterns of the periodic table, and that was pave. So the P in pave stands for patterns. So A is for atomic number, and the atomic number, it just goes up by 1. So it's 1 through 118. And that's a pattern. It's a boring pattern, but it is a pattern. The V in pave is for valence electrons. And the valence electrons are the outermost electrons in an atom. They're the ones responsible for how it bonds. And so that's why the family number tells you the number of valence electrons. So family number 1, they all have 1 valence electron. Family number 2 has 2. Then we skip the transition metals because they don't play by the rules and you don't have to know those. But then family 13 has 3, and 14 has 4, 15 has 5, etc. And then the E in pave stands for energy levels. So that's what we were using when we were finding homes for our puppies in our little oddly shaped neighborhood. And look at that. I got it correct. All right, hang on, pause for the next one. Okay, so for the next one, I couldn't really find a way to preview it. It would be one that we would have to do in class together. So what I would do is there'd be 3 categories, and I would want each student to tell me 1 halogen, 1 noble gas, and 1 alkali. So you'd use your periodic table and give me something from family 1 for the alkalis. So for family 1, I'd be looking for lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, or francium. And most likely y'all would give me sodium or potassium because those are the 2 you're most familiar with. For the halogens, that's family 17. So that's the one, almost the last family over on the right. So that would be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine would be acceptable there. Most of y'all would probably give me chlorine because that's the one you're most familiar with. And then family 18 is the noble gases. So something from family 18, something from the far right, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, any of them. And I often get all krypton's a favorite one there. But that would be what we were reviewing for those. So the alkalis are family 1, and then halogens and then noble gases are 17 and 18. Got to know that. All right, so there is more than one way to do pretty much anything, and I finally figured out a way to show you the monster quiz. So here we go. All right, what is true about alkalis? This is the periodic table. Noble gases stable. Halogens and alkalis react aggressively, highly reactive. What state of matter are most elements at room temperature? Most elements are solid at room temperature. There are only 3 liquids at room temperature and a handful of gases. What information is known when you know the atomic mass? When you know the atomic mass, you know the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. All right, the correct electron configuration for oxygen. So you're finding homes for puppies for oxygen. So oxygen has 8 electrons. So we got 8 puppies in our basket. We go out into the neighborhood. First Street, Smiths, take 2. So we've still got 6. Second Street, Smiths, take 2. So we've still got 4. Petersons, take 4. So that first one is correct. 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Which is a halogen? So you got to find which one is in family 17. So over on the side, family 17 has hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. Chlorine, like I said earlier in the review, is the one that most of you are going to remember. What is true about halogens? This is the periodic table. Noble gases stable. Halogens and alkalis react aggressively. They are highly reactive. What information is known when you know the atomic number? So when you know the atomic number, you know the number of protons. You also might know the number of electrons as long as it's a neutral atom. All of the following is true about elements above number 92, except what? All right, they are all radioactive. They are all super heavy, and they are all mostly man-made. They are found in nature is the one thing that's not true about all of them. What is the letter combination called on the periodic table card? So when you have either one letter or a capital and a lowercase, what is that called? That's the chemical symbol. What are the 3 required pieces of information on the periodic table? You do not have to have the chemical name. So that one's not it. This one's not it either. You don't have to have the chemical name. What you have to have is the symbol, the atomic number, and the atomic mass. So that middle one is the right one. Now, it may not be the middle for you. You got to, anyway. Which one of these is a noble gas? So noble gases are family 18 over there on the far right. So helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. And there's argon as number 1. Which one is an alkali? So the alkalis are family 1, the ones all the way over here on the left-hand side of the periodic table. So lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. Sodium is our alkali there. What is the whole number, usually above the letters, and usually the smaller number on the periodic table called? So the whole number is the atomic number. The decimal number is the atomic mass. What's true about noble gases? This is the periodic table. Noble gases, stable. That's right. Noble gases are stable. What are the elements that are liquid at room temperature? So we need to add francium to this, but mercury and bromine are the 2 that are on that list. What is the decimal number? Usually under the letters, usually larger than the whole number on that periodic table. So the whole number is the atomic number. The decimal number is the atomic mass. Last question. What are the patterns of the periodic table? So we have PAVE to help us remember, but all of these are A, V, and E. So which one is it? All right. Atomic number, valence electrons, energy levels is the correct answer there. All right. Didn't I do a great job on the quiz that I wrote? All right. If you can't manage to get the link to actually play the game to work, at least maybe this video will give you the answers. Bye.